What just happened in Riyadh will be remembered for years. Roman Reigns, the so-called tribal chief and undisputed head of the table, was pinned, defeated, and stripped of his aura of invincibility. Fans who had worshipped him now whispered in disbelief, "How could this happen? Who is responsible?" The arena lights dimmed, the WWE emblem glowed ominously, and tension crackled like electricity through the air. From the very first bell, it was clear that this was not just a match. It was the beginning of something much larger, something that would shake the WWE Universe to its core. Backstage, one man's eyes told a story far darker than any fan could guess. Paul Heyman. Heyman has never been just a manager. He is a strategist, a mastermind, an architect. For years, he had built Roman's empire brick by brick, orchestrating alliances, controlling the narrative, and ensuring the tribal chief's dominance. But tonight, something had shifted. The familiar smirk was gone, replaced by a rare flicker of uncertainty. For the first time, Heyman's empire, the very structure he had built, was shaken. The silent storm, Heyman's vanishing act. Within hours of Crown Jewel, Heyman disappeared. No press conferences, no SmackDown appearances, no public statements. His absence was deafening, a silent storm. 2 nights later, cryptic footage surfaced online. A dimly lit parking garage, black SUVs with tinted windows, and Heyman emerging with 2 mysterious figures. A cold, deliberate voice said, "You know what's at stake." "You know how to win" fans erupted in speculation. Who were these new allies? What was Heyman planning? And most importantly, what did Roman Reigns' sudden fall mean for the future of the WWE? A mastermind recalculates. To understand the magnitude of this moment, we have to look at Heyman's past. For years, he had been the brains behind Roman's dominance, manipulating the bloodline from behind the curtain. The Usos, Seth Rollins, even Roman himself. Heyman had played all of them with precision. But Roman's unexpected loss revealed a vulnerability. The bloodline's foundation was fractured. Heyman knew that rebuilding required more than simply restoring the old order. He had to create something new, something ruthless, something that would command fear and respect from day one. Candidates for a new empire, Heyman's vision for a new alliance, which fans began calling the Doctrine, involved careful selection. 1. Solo Sikoa. A young, powerful force within the Reigns orbit. Solo had ambition in his eyes and strength in his hands. Heyman could position him as the enforcer of this new faction, someone capable of both breaking and leading, loyal to the plan rather than the past. 2. The Usos, Jay and Jimmy. Conflicted and bruised by months of turmoil, they were ripe for persuasion. Heyman could appeal to their ambition and desire for relevance, offering them a role not as followers, but as equal architects of this new order. 3. Returning stars and outsiders. Heyman has a long history of bringing in unexpected allies. These could be past champions, NXT standouts, or untethered free agents. Individuals who command respect but are not bound by legacy, someone willing to bend to Heyman's vision. 4. Mercenaries and contracted enforcers. Loyalty for hire. Hired muscle ensures control without emotional entanglement. These performers obey directives, execute brutal strategies, and leave Heyman in full command, while the faction's unpredictability keeps fans on edge. From defeat to strategy. After Roman's loss, cameras caught Heyman backstage alone, robes disheveled, eyes haunted. For once, the manipulator had no script, no one to shield, no alliance to lean on. The tension in his posture spoke volumes. Even the master of control had to rethink everything. In the following days, WWE aired cryptic vignettes, shadows in alleys, voices echoing warnings, silhouettes moving with intent. Every shot suggested that Heyman was preparing something vast and meticulously planned. Fans debated, theorized, and speculated endlessly. Was Kevin Owens involved? Could a broken Seth Rollins be an ally? Or was Heyman about to unleash a completely new threat from outside the WWE? The doctrine emerges. Heyman finally appeared on SmackDown, alone in the ring. The crowd's boos and chants of "Where's Roman" filled the arena. Heyman's voice cut through, calm but deliberate. "Tonight I am not here to defend the past. I am here to build the future." With those words, he planted the first seeds of the doctrine. It wasn't about loyalty or tradition. It was about power, strategy, and evolution. Over subsequent weeks, subtle hints appeared. Solo Sikoa stalking matches, cryptic social media posts from the Usos, returning stars teased in backstage vignettes. Each moment was carefully orchestrated to keep fans guessing, creating anticipation and tension. The first public reveal. At a WWE Premium Live event, Heyman finally unveiled his new alliance. Two masked figures flanked him in the center of the ring. The crowd erupted as Heyman removed the masks. One, a surprise returning champion. The other, a mercenary muscle from outside WWE. Heyman declared, "They stand with me now, and soon, they will stand with me because they must." The arena exploded. The old Bloodline was gone, replaced by a new force, merciless, strategic, and terrifying. The doctrine wasn't about gold or titles. It was about control, influence, and manipulation. Heyman's philosophy: power survives. Behind the scenes, Heyman's methods were clear. Meetings with his new recruits, cryptic symbols like the golden wolf devouring a crown, and orchestrated assaults all pointed to a single truth. Heyman's doctrine would dominate the narrative. Fans hated them, which made them watch. Every attack, every silent nod from Solo Sikoa, every carefully timed cryptic tweet reinforced the message: power survives, loyalty is optional, and Heyman's fingerprints would be on every outcome. Even Roman Reigns, when he returned at Survivor Series 2025, faced the full might of the doctrine. Solo Sikoa, now a calculated enforcer, attacked with precision. Heyman's once loyal allies hesitated or betrayed in alignment with his design. Roman confronted Heyman, but the power dynamics had shifted. Heyman's words were chilling. "Power doesn't serve. It survives." The crowd erupted in boos, but the strategy was clear. Heyman controlled not only the wrestlers, but the storyline, the narrative, and the WWE Universe itself. A new era begins from Crown Jewel to Survivor Series. Paul Heyman executed one of the most meticulously calculated manipulations in WWE history. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, may have fallen in the ring, but his name remained a potent symbol, invoked to justify the rise of an entirely new empire. Solo Sikoa stepped into the role of enforcer, a powerhouse of ruthless efficiency whose every move reflected Heyman's strategic vision. The Usos, torn between loyalty and ambition, walked the fine line between tradition and self-preservation, while returning stars integrated seamlessly into the doctrine, creating a faction that was unpredictable, dominant, and terrifyingly cohesive. Every match, backstage segment, and cryptic social media tease reinforced Heyman's influence, demonstrating that his power extended far beyond Roman, beyond championships, and beyond the confines of the ring. The narrative had shifted. Heyman was no longer merely a manager or advocate. He had become the puppeteer of dynasties, the architect of dominance, and the strategist who could turn even defeat into opportunity. What appeared as a shocking historic loss for Roman Reigns was, in truth, the coronation of a new kind of ruler, one who commands respect, fear, and control, not through gold, but through calculated authority over all who would dare oppose him.